Good Saturday, everyone. Khambrel, Marshall, KPRC2 meteorologist. Hope you're having a good day. It's not going to be a cool day at all unless you've got your air conditioner cranking and you're running up the electricity bill at the same time. We are now entering a hot week ahead. Now, we've had these before. We had one the week before last, and now we're having another one going forward here. Here's the deal. Heat alerts, you can see the purple, and that's the way excessive heat warning is in place right now. The orange is what we've been in all this time for the last week or so, and that's the heat advisory. If we go a little closer here, that, by the way, the orange, the heat advisory, means temperatures, the air temperature, 98 to 100 degrees for our area, feels like temperature up to 111 degrees. That heat index is that number. We call it feels like because it's what your temperature actually feels like to your body. But the area that you see outlined in red is where the excessive heat watch is in place for tomorrow. So that means this area will very likely be much like those other areas, which means that the other areas in purple, where the feels like temperature could get up to 116 degrees. So that's what we're doing this weekend, watching the weekend sizzle rather. Excessive heat watch is in place for tomorrow, starting tomorrow, and then 100 degrees much of next week for our high temperatures. Today, the normal high is 93. We're expecting 98 at Hobby and Bush, 92 in Galveston, short of records, but still plenty hot, and it's going to be plenty humid as well. 98 for a high today, 100 degrees. Excessive heat once again for tomorrow. Look at what's going on right now as we're doing this, and the temperature, and we're talking about not even 9 o'clock. Temperature is 82, 83 degrees at Bush Intercontinental and Angleton and Sugar Land. 84 in Galveston with the south wind in place, by the way. It feels like temperature is much higher than that. Here's the deal. We've got that future track looking at what's going on here. We got clouds, but no showers. That's out in the Gulf. Notice we go through Saturday, not much going on. Off to the west, we see something Saturday night. Going into Sunday, off to our north and east. Notice around what is a high pressure area. I'll show you this in just a second here, but you see the storms up to the north and east of us over in southern Arkansas and over into Mississippi and over into Alabama. We're going to be missing those. We're going to be dealing with heat, okay? High pressure is going to be sliding over, and the closer that center of high pressure gets to our area, the hotter it's going to be. This is what it's going to be on Sunday. You notice it's gradually moving and then going into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The influence is pretty broad. It's not quite over us, but it's still going to be close enough to us to have those temperatures going way up as we go into Tuesday. These are forecast models, obviously, going into Tuesday and Wednesday, where we see temperatures going up to 102, maybe 103, possibly 104 as we're going into that Wednesday time period. Now, the relief will start to happen after we go through Friday. Thursday, Friday, we start to see this high moving off to the east. And as it does so, the rotation from the Gulf starts to come back in. It gives us moisture that's going to be high enough to give us a chance for showers again. And that's going to cool us down a little bit. Here's the deal for today. Taking us up to about 98 degrees. You notice these temperatures, 94 in Sugar Land, 95 Katy. Yeah, it could very likely be warmer than that, 96 downtown. Overnight, our temperature is not going to cool off very much. You go down to 80 degrees. 79 in Katy, Columbus 78, 80 in Angleton. But look what happens going into the afternoon, going right back up, Bush Intercontinental 100 degrees, 98 Townball, Conroe. These temperatures certainly is a ballpark. So get ready for the hot temps galore. Tropical, let's look at Tropical Storm Brett. Still 45 mile an hour winds moving to the west at 18 miles per hour. Forecast to become an area of low pressure by tomorrow morning very early. 35 mile an hour winds is not expected to do anything to our region. Here's the deal. I want to tell you something here. When you see storms that are moving in the Caribbean and toward Central America, always keep an eye on those things, because the remnants of those can regenerate into something that could be an issue for our Gulf. So that's Brett and what's left of Brett. Off to the east of Brett is Cindy. 60 mile an hour winds, west-northwest at 15, expected to move on up to the north and missing the Leeward Islands, missing Puerto Rico. This model run has progressively moved this farther away from any kind of inhabitants. It looks like it's heading toward Bermuda now. But by the time we get to Tuesday, it's not going to be a storm anymore. It'll be an area of low pressure. So that's what we're looking at the tropics. For us, going through today, 98 degrees, 3 o'clock or so. See the temperature gradually going down to the 80s, the mid 80s by 9 o'clock. The Pride Parade going on. Those temperatures are still going to feel like temperatures well into the 90s when the Pride Parade is happening. So if you're going out there, be careful, pay attention. 100 degrees, 102 Sunday, Monday. And remember what I said about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that time period. We're talking about 103 degrees. Very likely going to be those temperatures before we hit into July. Saturday, Sunday, we start to see some shower activity coming back into the forecast. So be ready for that. Be ready to get out and be able to drink plenty of water, hydrate as much as you possibly can, take care of yourselves, wear that light clothing, find air conditioning when you can as well. Malls are a good place to be this time of the year. Stay safe. Justin Stapleton in tonight. I'll see you back here again tomorrow.